ready for this recipe. So first wash it well, and then we're just going to cut off both the ends. Now I'm going to just cut it up into half because it becomes easier to work with it that way. It's always handy to keep a paper bag or a plastic bag at the side, so you can just put all the the peels over there, and you can use these peels in your garden. They act, you can just put them in your pots if you have them, instead of just throwing them away. If you have plants in your balcony or your garden, you can just put these peels over there. So one good way of reducing garbage. So I'm just going to cut them into half because then it becomes easier to peel the dudhi, and then just using a regular peeler, or you can even use a sharp knife and just peel the dudhi. And now we're just going to use a grater and cheese grater, and I'm going to just grate the dudhi. Now this dudhi which I'm using is very, very fresh and organic, and that's why I can use even the entire dudhi. But sometimes what happens is, if your dudhi is a little bit not very, very fresh, then don't use the middle part. So you just grate till the center part, which is white in color. Don't use that part. But this dudhi was really very fresh, and that's why I grated the entire thing. Otherwise, try not to use the center white portion. So this is the grated dudhi, and this is the other ingredients. This is some fresh milk, and I've used the cream of the milk because we're not going to use any mewa. This is some sugar. Now I'm going to leave all the ingredients with the exact measurements in the description box below. This is some freshly ground elaichi or cardamom powder, a few chopped cashew nuts, and I'm going to use some clarified butter or ghee. So let's get started and see how to make this very simple Dudhi Halwa, which is so delicious without using any KHOYA or Mewa or any other kind of thickening agent. So first I'm going to add about 3 to 4 tablespoons of clarified butter or ghee. Now you should make this in ghee, because if you use oil, then the entire flavor of the dish is going to change completely. So try to get your hands on clarified butter or ghee. For most of the Indian sweets or desserts, you need to use ghee or clarified butter. It just elevates the taste of the dish. So once my ghee or my toop or the clarified butter is nice and hot on a low to medium flame, I'm going to add my grated bottle gourd or dudhi. Be very careful when you're putting it in, because it does have some water content and it tends to splash, so just be very gentle. And this is the most important part, that is frying the grated dudhi very, very well. So you have to use, fry this for at least 5 to 7 minutes. That's the most important part, that the dudhi really gets nicely fried in the clarified butter. So you can set a timer on your phone or your clock, and just keep a 5 to 8 minute timer, and we are going to fry this for a very long time. This will take the rawness out of the dudhi, as well as it will cook it to the right consistency or the right point that we're looking for. Now, like I mentioned in my introduction, when you finish grating the dudhi, just taste a little bit of it, and if it's bitter, just discard the whole thing. Now I'm going to add my sugar. I'm using regular sugar. I'm not using any powdered sugar, because with the heat of the ghee and the dudhi frying, the sugar is just going to melt instantly. So just keep stirring. Don't leave this dish unattended, and keep your flame on low to medium. Now I'm going to add the milk. Now this milk is at room temperature. You don't need to use hot milk. And see that you have a little bit of cream. So, if you're planning to make this dish, you can just save a little bit of the cream that comes on top of the milk every day. Keep it aside and you can use that. If you have milk which is it doesn't have any cream, it's okay. It's fine. You can use that too. Now I'm just going to add, I just took about 2 cardamoms and I peeled it and I just ground it in my mortar and pestle. You can also use ready-made elaichi powder if you have. And now comes the next important part, which is stirring this dish. So you have to stir this for at least 10 minutes because we want all of that milk to completely evaporate or dissolve, and all of the liquid part of it has to go away. So again, you can set your timer for about 10 minutes and just keep continuously stirring. Now you can increase your flame to a little bit on the higher side, but keep an eye that your dish is not getting burnt or anything in any way. Now you will see that the milk has reduced almost to half. So I'm going to add my chopped up cashew nuts. And that's totally optional. But if you have chopped up cashew nuts, just a little bit you can add. Then you're going to continuously stir again. Scrape the edges too. And it does help to use a little bit of a non-stick pan because it makes the process easier. It doesn't stick to the bottom. So if you have a non-stick pan, then use that. And now you can see almost all of the milk has completely evaporated. So stir. So this entire process took me about 12 minutes till I came to this consistency of all of the milk, completely evaporating. I did switch my flame from medium to high in between, but I was continuously stirring it. And guys, if your dudhi is really fresh and organic, it's just a world of difference. Recently, my sister-in-law, Netra, she, got us some very fresh vegetables, organic vegetables, which came directly from the farmer. And all of the vegetables were amazing. And this dudhi also, it was so fresh and so amazing that I didn't even have to, discard the seeds or the center portion. It was just amazing. So thanks, Netra. And the Dudhi Halwa was so refreshingly delicious that it got over within, I think, 10 minutes of me making it. Like my hubby Abhijit asked me, Akshada, is there any more left? And I'm like, sorry, it's already over. So now I'm waiting for the next lot of veggies to come through, and if I get dudhi, I'll definitely be making it all over again. So you keep stirring. The stirring does take a little time, but if you want something good, you have to put in a little bit more effort. And now I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of ghee at the end. That will give it a lovely, flavor. In Marathi, it's called nice and kharpus. Kharpus is, like really, like well done and, just to the right consistency. Now I'm not fast forwarding my video so that you can, stir along with me. You don't have to. Normally I do fast forward it when it's a longer procedure, but you can stir with me. And you can also see what consistency you need to arrive at. And then you'll find that the mixture is slowly leaving the sides of the vessel or the pan. And it's all coming together. And now you can see it's all done. It's ready. It's completely come together, and it's completely, all of the liquid has gone away, and it's nicely done. So I think it comes together like this as one mass, and it leaves the pan very, very easily. So now you know your dudhi halwa is completely ready. So you can switch off the flame and just transfer it to a nice serving bowl. And then I'm just going to decorate it with some sliced up almonds. I had some almonds at home, so I'm just slicing the almonds and putting it as a garnish for that extra crunch. We already have the cashew nuts, but the cashew nuts have got a little bit cooked. So it's a nice flavor of, nicely done cashew nuts and some crispy almonds on the top. You can have it warm, or you can even chill it in your refrigerator and have it later. But friends, it was so fresh that we just finished it instantly. I mean, the aroma of this dish. I mean, my husband was doing his work. He's working from home, and he was like, "What are you making? It's just tasting. It's like the aroma is amazing." So here, friends, our Dudhi Halwa or bottle good halwa is all ready.